Mr. President, the candidate that you endorsed in Colombia for this.
Sir, you've been quite critical of Prime Minister Starmer, and he's now resigned. Your thoughts, and who would you like to see as the next Prime Minister of the UK?
I was critical only from the set because I think he's a lovely man, but I said you're really messing up energy. You have windmills all over the place. In the meantime, you have the North Sea oil, and they won't let anybody drill. It's one of the great fields in the world, and they haven't even found most. You know that the UK buys much of its energy. You know where? Norway. You know where they get their oil? The North Sea. The UK has a much better portion of the North Sea. They don't want to do it for environmental purposes, okay? And I told him he's a very nice man. I mean, sort of a friend of mine. I mean, he was not good to us with NATO, Pete, right? He said we can't use the island to land. That was the first. For a couple of weeks, he said, well, but ultimately I gave it to you. Now, that was a bad move. That hurt him badly. But I mean, I wish him well, but he's got two problems: energy and immigration, and crime. But energy and immigration.
Do you have a preference on the next one?
And he's really hurt himself very, very badly. Please.
Earlier today, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said his forces are not leaving Lebanon. That is a sticking point in these conversations. He said it publicly in Israel today.
Well, we're going to take a look at it.
Well, what would you do to make sure that he doesn't
Well, I'm not going
sabotage
to
the
tell you
deal?
what I'm going to do, but it gets solved. I'm a problem solver. I get problems solved real fast, including with Bibi. Go ahead. Sir.
Vice President Vance said that there are mechanisms in place to make sure that there's not escalations with the Strait of Hormuz and with Israel and Lebanon. Can you talk about what those mechanisms are, and are you in direct talks with the Supreme Leader, Moshe Mohammadi?
Look, here's the thing. As long as they respect us, I don't want to use the word fear, because that's an inappropriate word, but as long as they respect us, we're not going to have any trouble. We have total control of the Strait.
So the mechanism is
We
respect.
have a Navy that had a blockade. I think the blockade was more impactful than dropping bombs, if you want to know the truth. It was like they call it the steel wall. Nobody got through. Not one ship got through, able to go to Iran. They got through if we wanted them to go through. And we could set that up again in about 15 minutes. I would say, Pete, one phone call. How long would it take? Maybe half hour?
They're ready to go right now if you need to.
It'll be before we finish the meeting. No, we have, as long as they respect us, we're going to be fine. If they don't respect us, things wouldn't be good, but they have a lot of respect. Don't forget, we had presidents that should have done this for 47 years. Nobody did it. Obama gave them a road to a nuclear weapon. I gave them a wall against a nuclear. They can never, under this agreement, they'll never even think about building a nuclear weapon. I just want to say before we introduce a couple of the people, we're doing very well with respect to the Hormuz Strait. We took in more oil yesterday than has ever gone through the Strait. You probably see that. We have an oil gusher. The Strait is totally open. You know that. And we're negotiating. We'll see how that all goes. But we have two things. We have an open strait, and we have a country that will never have a nuclear weapon. Will never, ever have a nuclear weapon. And obviously, we fought very well with Israel, and we've had a great relationship with Israel. We're very formidable. And Bibi Netanyahu, he's a warrior prime minister, and he should be acknowledged as that. They should give him credit, because he really did. We had a very good relationship, General, with all of them, but we really fought hard with Israel. And obviously, we fought very well with Israel, and we've had a great relationship with Israel. We're very formidable. And Bibi Netanyahu, he's a warrior prime minister, and he should be acknowledged as that. They should give him credit, because he really did. We had a very good relationship, General, with all of them, but we really fought hard with Israel.
Di tengah ketidakpastian arah suku bunga dan kekhawatiran pembengkakan pembiayaan pemerintah Amerika Serikat, investor asing justru kembali menambah exposure mereka ke aset pasar keuangan negeri Paman Sam. Berdasarkan laporan data Treasury International Capital, arus masuk modal asing ke instrumen surat utang ini ditopang kuat oleh aksi beli masif dari institusi resmi global seperti Bank Sentral Dunia.
Di tengah ketidakpastian arah suku bunga dan kekhawatiran pembengkakan pembiayaan pemerintah Amerika Serikat, investor asing justru kembali menambah ekspor mereka ke aset pasar keuangan negeri Paman Sam. Berdasarkan data Treasury International Capital atau TIC, mencatat pembelian surat berharga jangka panjang Amerika Serikat oleh investor asing mencapai 103 miliar US dollar pada April lalu. Akumulasi kepemilikan asing atas surat utang pemerintah Amerika Serikat atau Treasury kini bertambah, sehingga totalnya meningkat menjadi 9.353 triliun US dollar. Peta kepemilikan menunjukkan negara Jepang masih kokoh menjadi pemegang obligasi pemerintah Amerika Serikat terbesar di dunia, dengan nilai mencapai 1,21 triliun US dollar. Langkah penambahan exposure ini juga diikuti oleh Inggris yang mengerek nilai kepemilikannya menjadi 938 miliar US dollar. Sedangkan China justru memilih memangkas tipis asetnya ke level 651 miliar US dollar. Daya tarik pasar keuangan Washington dinilai tetap prima berkat kombinasi kebijakan moneter ketat serta sentimen positif dari rally saham berbasis kecerdasan buatan atau AI. Laporan berkali ini juga mengindikasikan adanya perbedaan strategi di mana kelompok investor swasta asing justru membukukan arus keluar bersih sebesar 23,1 miliar US dollar. Sebaliknya kelompok institusi resmi seperti bank sentral negara mitra dan lembaga pemerintah asing justru mencatatkan arus masuk bersih fantastis senilai 49,2 miliar US dollar. Adapun sambutan positif pasar terhadap lelang instrumen lindung inflasi tenor 5 tahun mengkonfirmasi bahwa posisi surat utang Amerika Serikat masih menjadi tujuan utama investasi dunia. Berbagai sumber untuk IDXuno.
Pemirsa, Amerika Serikat dan Iran secara resmi menandatangani nota kesepahaman perdamaian historis yang memuat 14 poin kesepakatan krusial demi mengakhiri konfrontasi bersenjata di Timur Tengah. Dokumen bersama ini menegaskan komitmen penghentian segera seluruh operasi militer di semua lini termasuk wilayah Lebanon yang selama ini menjadi titik krusial konflik.
Manifesto perdamaian antara Washington dan Teheran secara resmi mengumumkan penghentian permanen seluruh operasi militer di semua front konfrontasi. Melansir laporan televisi pemerintah Iran, kesepakatan ini mencakup pembersihan sengketa bersenjata dengan kelompok Hizbullah di Lebanon yang selama ini memicu aksi saling tuduh pelanggaran gencatan senjata. Juru bicara Kementerian Luar Negeri Iran Ismail Baghai memperingatkan bahwa kehadiran militer maupun serangan lanjutan dari Israel akan langsung dianggap sebagai bentuk pelanggaran memorandum. Guna menjamin implementasi kesepakatan, pihak Amerika Serikat berkomitmen untuk mulai membuka blokade angkatan laut dan mengakhiri secara total dalam waktu 30 hari. Langkah pemulihan ekonomi ini diperkuat dengan komitmen Departemen Keuangan Washington untuk menerbitkan izin ekspor bagi minyak mentah beserta produk turunan milik Iran. Sebagai timbal balik, pihak Teheran berjanji mengupayakan jalur aman tanpa pungutan biaya bagi seluruh kapal komersial yang melintas Selat Hormuz selama periode 60 hari. Poin krusial lain dalam fakta bilateral ini adalah komitmen Amerika Serikat bersama mitra regional untuk menyusun rencana bantuan rekonstruksi ekonomi Iran sebesar minimal 300 miliar US dollar. Selain mengakhiri seluruh jenis sanksi sepihak, Gedung Putih juga berkewajiban untuk sepenuhnya menyediakan kembali semua aset serta dana milik Teheran yang sempat dibekukan. Seluruh rangkaian transisi menuju kesepakatan final dalam jangka waktu 60 hari ini nantinya akan diawasi oleh mekanisme eksekutif khusus sebelum disahkan melalui resolusi mengikat Dewan Keamanan PBB. Berbagai sumber untuk IDXuno.